Um, okay, I've been, what's the word? I've been against the lockdown since the beginning. First week I was kind of, well, let's give this a chance, maybe this is, and then I could see through it. It just, but I've been against the lockdown since the beginning, and even more so, the stimulus. If you didn't do the lockdown, you wouldn't have to do the stimulus. Two wrongs don't make a right. This I'm going to talk about a stimulus check. I did a video a while back talking about a family member of mine that's a government employee, was sent home for 3.5 weeks with pay, and no loss of job or benefits or anything like that. Recently got called back to work. While he was sent home with pay, he received a check for $3,900, stimulus check. And like I said before, he did not, I said deserve it, but did not qualify for it. They were not financially, they did not financially qualify for it. They did not lose their job or their income. And I talked about a friend of mine who works for a car rental company. They'd sent him home, no pay. At that time, it was close to a month. I think this was about 3.5 weeks ago, so well into a month. They were having trouble with his application as far as collecting his unemployment. He had not received unemployment or a stimulus check at that time, and had gone pretty much a month with no income. Thursday or Friday, they hauled him in. They had a meeting. I think it was an online meeting, Zoom thing or whatever. They told him that your job isn't, your job's not going to be here, so you best start looking for something else. And yet he still hasn't received it. Here it is, 2 months, no unemployment, no stimulus check, no job. So he's basically screwed. 4 or 5 days ago, I received a stimulus check for $1,200. Let me tell you what I've done the last 2 months. And I won't get into the details of the business because that's a different video. Our business was allowed to stay open. We were closed for 4 days, but then we were allowed to stay open during this lockdown, which the city's just still locked down until the 31st of this month. But we were allowed to stay open during the lockdown, unlike a lot of other businesses like ours. And so, although it was very frustrating and a lot of extra work, we did very well. We not only got to stay open, but instead of having 1 or 2 customers a day, I'll just use that as a point of reference. Let's say if we had 1 customer a day this time of year, well, we had more like 4. Okay, and this went on for close to 2 months. So my family, being able to keep our business open, did extremely well financially. Now, we did not do this out of defiance. We didn't just stay open because they told us not to. We went to the county, we went to the sheriff's department. They said, as long as you're mitigating, everything's fine, don't sweat it, blah, blah, blah. We got a lot of phone calls, people hating on us, this kind of thing. You're going to spread the disease, this is irresponsible, and all that. Throughout this lockdown, I think we're in a million. I said before in a video, we have 1 million people here and currently 9 dead. So our being open during the lockdown, I think there was actually 3 people that died. If you want to blame that on us, okay, 3 out of 1 million, not much of an impact. But whatever. So the point I'm trying to make is when I talk about my family member that did not qualify for a stimulus check. I sure as hell don't qualify for a stimulus check. I did not lose my job. I did not lose my income. I increased my income. But yet my friend of mine who's working at the car rental place got nothing. And I understand a stimulus check, they want you to take the check and spend it to get it back, get the economy moving again. I get that. It's not like it's going to... because let's put it this way, had I not been going to work for 2 weeks and our business shut down, with the $1,200, it made it so much easier. Oh, that would have closed the gap. You know, we've already spent the savings, this and that $1,200 sure made it easier to go that 2 months without income. Hell no, not even close. Not even close. We don't make a lot of money, but gosh dang, for $1,200 for 2 months, I don't think so. We got bills. So I extremely disagree with the lockdown. I extremely disagree with the idea of the stimulus and this carpet bombing trillions of dollars as though it's going to do something positive. It's not going to work because it's not right. That's why it's not going. I'm sure there's zillions of people out there that need the money that aren't going to get it, and there's a lot of people like me that shouldn't get anywhere near it that'll get a check. My family's proven it. I don't know what the justice is in that. Now, because I'm so extremely pissed off for it, and I've been pissed off since this whole lockdown thing started. I've been angry the whole time. Getting the check didn't make it any better. It could have been $1 million and still had me pissed off because it's not right. Now, I'm not passing judgment on anyone else. I'm not telling you what to do or anything like that. Most of you were probably affected. Maybe you got sick. Maybe you lost your income. Maybe they turned your business off, or all three, heaven forbid. If you get a check, hey, go do what you got to do with it. If you qualified for it or not, you got it like I did. I'm not judging anyone, but it's just, this disgusts me so much. I will not cash the check. I do not want to be compliant in this. I don't want to be a part of this. They'll never be able to say, yeah, but you probably cashed that check. No, I did not. We were allowed to stay open. We were not affected financially, other than it was a boom for us. And we never should have got a check. My mom got a check. So my mom had a real good idea. We have a non-profit agency. We know the family that operates it. There's this nonprofit agency here in my county that really does good helping people, and so we're giving our checks to them. At least something good will become of it. But as far as at least I'm not criticizing anyone else, but for me it's like it'd be like taking welfare for me. I don't qualify for that. You don't get to do that. I said I still don't. It's whatever. The whole thing just pisses me off. But the point of the video is, you don't know where these checks are going. You know, if anyone tells you, well, at least they're getting a stimulus, everyone's getting a stimulus. No, they're not. Not everyone is getting a stimulus check. And you don't know, well, they're making sure that's the right. No, they're not. They give it to any address. You don't even have to be alive. There's probably some empty address, some mailbox somewhere that people have moved out, and they probably got a $2,000 check sitting in it. But don't worry, your grandkids will be able to pay it off. Really pissed off at Donald Trump, my president, for this, for letting it get to this point. Getting all caught up in this $2 billion debt and all this kind of stuff. And oh my God, we got to do something. Everybody goes emotional, and this is how you make bad decisions. Really disappointed at his part in this. But anyhow, if you were worried or concerned or wondering if maybe, hey, at least those checks are doing something, or they're getting into the right hands, or hey, well, at least there'll be some benefit of that, you're pretty much wrong. They have no idea where these things are going. You have no idea where these things are going. And I've mentioned 3 people, one who's totally getting screwed, and 2 that are doing the screwing. I did not qualify for one of these checks, but by a long shot. Never should have got one of these. Or my mother, for that matter. We were not financially affected by this in a negative way. We were allowed to work. Makes no sense. But it's not supposed to work because it's wrong. It was wrong from the beginning, and it'll end up wrong, and the proceeds in effect and the fruit of it will be wrong because it's wrong. Love you. God bless.